Hey guys, welcome back to Down to Earth Reviews. This is Jace, your host. Haven't seen you guys for a while, and I haven't been doing anything for a while, unfortunately. I've been pretty busy. However, today we are going to be covering Titanfall 2, the tech test / beta, basically the same thing. We're going to go over the positives, the negatives, what they changed from the first game, and things that they can maybe add into the final product. I don't think they have a lot of time, but hopefully they can fit some things in there because the game does need to change a little bit. So we'll just be going over all of that. Let's not waste any more time. Let's get straight into it, guys.
Alright, hey guys, we're just gonna get going pretty quick here. I'm just gonna be showing off some clips that I captured from the tech test while we actually go over the review and kind of what. We're not gonna actually give this review a point score. Maybe just like a 2 thumbs up type of deal at the end because it is a beta and you can't really, I mean, there's so much of the game missing, I can't give it a full score at all. But yeah, let's get into it. Just to introduce myself a little bit to the Titanfall community. Titanfall 1 had a pretty small community, but most of them know me. I was a pro Titanfall player, I made money from it. However, I don't know if that means much because there really wasn't that many people playing it. But my gamer tag is RawHorseHaru. I was competitive in LTS, so I kind of know my ropes on Titanfall. I know what to expect, I know what to look for. However, I didn't get as much Titan gameplay, which is when the big robots come in and you jump inside them and you do a bunch of kind of rock and sock 'em robot type of thing. I didn't get much of that gameplay because it was mostly pilots gameplay, which is just you're running around as a person, shooting, running, and gunning type of deal. So I can't really judge it on that too much either. That makes it kind of hard to review this. However, like I said before in the intro, this isn't really. It's not really a tech test. They called it a tech test because they want to test servers, they want to see what people like and what they don't like. However, the game being so close to launch, I don't see how they can. I mean, if people had really big complaints, they're like, oh, I hate this, I hate this, I hate this, which there's a lot of that going on right now. I don't think the developer really has enough time to change much. So it's more of like, it really is just a server test. I think they can change a few things if they really jam it in there, if they really work hard to get those little things changed. However, if people have complaints that are huge, I mean, the game being so far in development, I don't think they're going to be able to do much for it. Yeah, so that's just kind of intro. Now, I guess we'll get into some of the positives about the game. First thing, I really actually enjoy the gameplay. The first tech test, they've had 2 tech tests. One was the week prior to this, and then we just had this following weekend. And at first, the first tech test, I hated it. It wasn't like Titanfall 1 at all. I did not like what I was doing. And then they came out, people complained. They're like, oh, you don't move fast enough. You don't wall run fast enough. You don't build any momentum. It feels nothing like Titanfall 1. It's like, what are you guys doing? Call of Duty, Destiny type of deal. And so they fixed it. In the second tech test, they actually responded to that feedback. They're like, okay, this is what we did. We made the movement speed in the air quicker. You build more momentum off slides and wall running so you can build that speed, because that is what Titanfall is all about in my opinion. It's the quickest first-person shooter game that has ever been made, and it did it really well. It was smooth, the wall running was smooth, and so that was a complaint, and they fixed it. So second time around the tech test too, I enjoyed the gameplay. Didn't think I was going to. Actually end up liking it the same, or if not more than the first Titanfall. So, and as far as Titans go, I think the gameplay feels fine. I mean, they're a little slow. We'll get into the shields and everything about the Titans more later, but once you get used to how they actually feel running around, it's fine. No big deal. So, next, we'll look at weapons. There's not many weapons in this beta. The sad thing is, there's about as many in this beta as there were entirely in the first game. Now, I hope that doesn't mean that is going to be all of the weapons in the game. I hope they do come out with more, because that was a complaint in the first game. People were like, okay, I have 3 weapons to pick from, only one's good. I guess I'll just use this one the entire time I played Titanfall 1 for like 3 years. It was terrible. It was actually pretty boring, and then it gave no variety to the gunplay. But the reason I like the weapons so much in this game, however, since there still isn't as much, they're very balanced. Now, unlike the first game, if you guys played Titanfall 1, the R201, I think that's what the abbreviation, the carbine, it was the strongest gun in the world. It was a sniper, machine gun, shotgun. I mean, that's really the only gun you could use to be effective unless you were like a flag runner and you use a shotgun. However, I realized that the car, the snipers, the shotguns, the assault rifles, the SMGs, the light machine guns, they all have a purpose and they're all actually good to use. So you're not going to get, if you use a light machine gun, you're not going to get outplayed by the assault rifle every single time, close range, long range. It has a purpose, it has a range, and I think that's going to make the gameplay a lot more unique. It being balanced, it's going to give people more variety, more way to play the way they want to play. And then another cool thing I really liked about this beta is the Titan batteries, or I call them cores. I guess that's, everyone makes fun of me or gets mad at me for saying that, but I do call them Titan cores. When you jump on the back of a Titan, you'll rip out their battery. Now, this will take a little chunk of health away from them. Titans do not spawn with shields in this game. Also, shields do not recharge, so keep that in mind. But when you pull out this battery on top of an enemy Titan, it takes away some health. And then you now have that core. You can either jump inside your Titan, which will instantly build a full shield on your Titan and give them health back, or you can take that core, that battery, run to one of your Titan friends that's in a battle or getting hurt, jump on top of them, shove that core inside their Titan to give them that shield and that extra health to keep them in the battle. I think this is very cool. At first I hated it. I'm like, what the heck? Your shields don't recharge, you're gonna die so fast, this is stupid, I hate this game, blah blah blah. But this mechanic, I think alone can change the game in so many ways that we haven't seen yet. Like, once The Last Titan Standing comes out, the strategy behind this gameplay is gonna be awesome, and I can't wait to see more of it. But I think this really opens up a lot for the game. We're gonna take a quick break, and then we'll get back into the review.
Alright, hey guys, sorry about the little break we just had to take. I had to do some normal human things like cook bacon, do my financing homework, and pick on my little sister. No, just kidding, but really, getting into it, to go over what we just covered in the previous half, we talked about the positives of the TF2 tech test. What we liked from it, what we took away from it, where we see the game heading, that type of thing. To get into the next half, we're going to talk about the negatives, the things we hate, the things we want to complain about. We want Titanfall 1 back, that type of attitude. And then we're also going to go over the classes that we've seen in the game, where we think that's heading, if there's going to be more, and what kind of Titans we think are going to impact the future game. Yeah, so let's get it started right now.
Alright guys, now to start with the negatives of the Titanfall 2. Probably everyone's favorite part to listen to, because honestly, most of the people that play this game did complain. So let's go ahead and get into it. Some of these complaints, or the negative things that we saw out of this beta, mostly in comparison to the first game, are going to be bigger. Some are kind of small, so we won't go over the small ones too long. They're just little things that we'd like to see changed. Some, like I said before, have been changed already by the developers. One of the first negatives that we have on here from this game is the third-person view. Now, this is kind of odd, because in Titanfall 1, the game was very immersive. Now, when I say third-person, I don't mean the gunplay, like running around, that's all first-person. Being in your Titan is first-person. But there are third-person aspects of the game, like getting in your Titan, that's all third-person. You see yourself getting in, which is kind of weird. It actually takes away from the immersion. Same with the Titan executions. You'll go up to the Titan, you'll rip him out, you'll do something awesome, but it shows it as if you're looking at the battle happening, and it really takes away from what you're doing. So that's a negative that a lot of people have complained about. Now, next is the grapple needs a buff. Okay, so this kind of goes along with the classes. Stim is super overpowered. I think it's actually better in this game than it is the first game. You run lightning fast like you're the Flash, and you get your health back almost instantly. Therefore, grapple needs to be stronger. I think the way to fix this is if you grapple someone, it should be a little quicker, and you should be able to shoot while you're grappling. That's just one of the things that I think could fix or balance the classes out a little bit more. Also, you can make it to where if you grapple, you always have a jump available, even if you double jump into a grapple. Because Cloak, another class, Cloak's really good. I don't think they should change it. If they just buff the other classes to make them as good as Stim or Cloak, then it'll be fine. Next, graphics. So, I don't know. This is weird. Graphics in this game, they're good. Like, they added detail, it seems, but not. The Titanfall 1 came out quite a long time ago, so you'd think the graphics would be a lot better. And they did seem to add detail, like in the trees and the grass, I noticed. But everything else seems kind of like fake and blocky. I don't know if it's just because it's not as dark as the first game, but I don't know, it looks a lot like Call of Duty Black Ops 3, and I don't like that. The reason I think I fell in love with Titanfall 1 is because of the tone, the mood, the atmosphere that you were put into. So I think they need to fix that. Just make the game tone it down a bit, make it a little darker, kind of scuff the walls up a bit, make it look like people are running on them, like it's all dirty. I don't know, it's just something small, something like that. Next is AI. So, in the first game, if you guys played Titanfall 1 at all, no matter which game mode you played, unless you were playing the Pilots vs. Pilots, which came out later in the year in Titanfall 1, there were grunts and specters in every game mode. Now that is the AI of the game, so you'd be running around fighting other Titans, fighting people, while there were these grunts and specters running around. And that was really cool. I think that's why Titanfall 1 was so popular at first, because it was a different game. They had this kind of Warzone type experience as if you were playing Halo 5. So they need to bring that back, I think, just put them on all game modes. Next, the ticks. It's a kill streak. Those look really stupid. Like, this is one of the smaller complaints, but they look retarded. They're like pyramids on legs. I don't know, they're stupid. And if you actually go to badges when you're customizing to add your kill streak, it looks way cooler. It's like a ball. It actually kind of looks like a spider. So just change the look of those. Those look retarded. And then, oh yeah, this is a big one. In Titanfall 2, they have added lines surrounding the player, like an outline. So, I don't know, I guess just to help visibility. I don't know why they would do that, why they'd make it easier to see the enemy. It is kind of nice sometimes, but they need to make it to where if you're more than like 200 feet away, maybe more, I don't know, I'm not good at judging. If you're far away from an enemy though, that line should fade to where you can't even see a line, you can only see the player. If they're close up, yeah, add a line, cool, whatever, so it helps with chaos and stuff like that. I don't know if they did it to separate the player from grunts and specters, but they need to work, bounce that out a little bit, because that is a little weird. It makes it way too easy to see everyone, especially if you're ejecting out of your tie-in, you can spot them almost instantly. So after that one we got, let's go over a few things they should do. Like, let's go to the next section. Now, like I said, when we were talking about Titans earlier, they have added Titan batteries or cores. Now, this is a weird point for a lot of us, because a lot of us loved the Titan gameplay in the first one because they had shields and they would recharge, kind of like Halo. So it made for a really competitive scene. I can still see the scene being very competitive if they either place cores around the map on Last Titan Standing so you can get out and put them in your friend's Titans. That would be pretty strategic and cool. Or if you just add shields in for that game mode only. Because I really can't, I don't know. They need to just do something with that. Hopefully you guys have Last Titan Standing in the game anyways. Please. Thank you. And then the invite system needs work. It's broken. It's beta, I understand. Customize. You should be able to customize your pilots a lot more. I'm not talking about like the guns and what abilities they have, but the look. You guys did something weird. I think you could have gone way for maybe more of the Call of Duty route in this sense. Customize. Everyone likes looking their own, looking original. So do that. The hover ability. I think it should be like Halo 5. Instead of just stopping momentum, you should keep kind of hovering forward in the direction you're traveling, but still maintain a hover. Game modes. Put all the game modes back in from the first one, and a ranking system. Please have a ranking system.
Alright guys, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the review. However, if you guys do have anything that you want to comment on in the section below, whether it be positive, your positive feedback, the things you didn't like about the Titanfall 2 beta, just shoot them in the comments, let me know. I'm going to send this video into Respawn, or just some other stuff in there, see if they check it out. Maybe it'll get fixed, maybe it won't, maybe they'll look at it, I don't know, maybe they won't. However, as far as the game goes, whether it's like buy it, thumbs up, don't buy it, 2 thumbs down type of deal, I would kind of do like, I don't know, maybe one of these, every direction possible. I need to see so much more to even decide if I like the game. It did grow on me the more I played it, so that's a good sign. But there was so much left out of it, and there's so much that I didn't like. So we'll see where it goes. Hopefully they have another beta coming up. For the most part, they did work on it. I started growing on me, like I said. But yeah, guys, hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching Down to Earth Reviews. Jace, your host again. Hopefully I'll see you soon. Check back for our next game. See ya.